We're making a lot of editing already. Okay. This was not a test. Hold on, I'm tearing up already.
And go ahead.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Mike.
And we do
Foster Care and Adoption.
It all started because we wanted a family and we couldn't achieve that biologically. So the next door that opened to us was foster care and adoption through foster care.
Of course, you don't always see the bigger picture because God already has something planned, and we went through the processes. We went through in vitro. We went through all the struggles, and we tried the things that we tried and failed through everything from miscarriages to losing the children that we had. The analogy that we look at is all we really wanted was just some kids. We didn't seem like it was that too much to ask, and we were trying to justify this every which way we could. And we were like, God, all we really want was a cookie, just one cookie, that's all we're asking for. Nowhere did we know that God had a full banquet prepared for us a little further down the road. We just need to be patient. We need to trust Him.
The great banquet that God had prepared for us was not the 2 or 3 biological children we had talked about, but in fact it was 20 different children over the course of 10 years that we got to parent. I got to be a mom to 20 different kids, and God decided to bless us with 4 of those to make forever children. Fostering was not the easiest thing. There's a lot of judgment that comes with that on both sides. The birth families feel that you are judging them for not being able to be parents to their own children. Society judges you because they look at your family of multiple races and ethnicities and wonder what kind of person you are that you have children that don't look alike. So judgment comes on both sides. And then you pour yourself into these children and you love them, and then they get to go home and you get to say goodbye. So that's really hard sometimes. I cried every time.
The joy of being able to have those families reunited, be able to help those kids. And people say, well, do you wonder about where they are today? We do, obviously, but for the time that we had them, for the time that we were here, we could actually help pour into them to let them know that they do matter and that they are loved and that God is real and that no matter where they are or what's going on, that they're worthy. And hoping that will change and leaving it in the hands of the Holy Spirit to change things for those families that we've been able to touch even for a short time.
We adopted 4 children. They are ours forever. We love them dearly, and just like any other family, they go through their struggles, they go through their issues, and there's just additional challenges. So not only do they have the normal struggles of growing up and making their way in the world, but they have that additional burden of wondering what happened and why. So the challenge for us as parents is to always remind them that God had a plan for them, that God knew way ahead of time that they were going to need a family to love them and call them their own. And we've been able to do that. We've been able to show them that, no, this was not how anyone normally would plan to be part of a family, but this is your family. This is the family that God's provided for you.
It takes everyone to help with that. We've also had our struggles trying to deal with different situations, as any parent would, and that's where you don't do it alone. They say it takes a village, but in our case, it's our life group, it's our families, it's our pastors. Yeah, it becomes that, and those children are also pulled into that community.
Foster care and adoption shows love to the stranger by providing them with the love and support of a family, a home to call their own, someone to walk through life with them, someone to show them that they are loved and they matter. If you're considering foster care and adoption, I'm going to talk you out of it if you think that your family will look like a Norman Rockwell painting, or that it's going to be the equivalent of the Brady Bunch. It won't be. There will be definite trials and traumas that you will have to deal with, that if you think it's going to be a piece of cake, then I would disagree with you. But I will talk you into foster care and adoption if you feel called to provide a loving, nurturing home for a child that desperately needs to be loved a child that will be facing difficulties and struggles their whole life, and you will be willing to walk with them through all of those.
Is it Romans 8:15 says, we've all been, we weren't given the spirit of slavery to let it, to fear, but also that we've been given the spirit of adoption to be sons, so that we can call our Father, Father. And that being said, you've got to be able to just follow through and show that love and see what happens. Because it wasn't until we let go of our pain, let go of the bitterness, the begrudgery of saying, why can't I have what I want? Why can't it be the way I want it to be? And opened our hearts and our home and our minds to others, that we were able to be filled so richly with the love and with the relationships and all that came with it. Yes, it's a roller coaster. It's up and it's down. And even the children that we have that are forever ours today, we had to say through that whole process that, okay, any day we could end up having to give them back. But we had to put that in God's hands. We had to leave that to Him to say, if this is meant to be, that He'll make it so. And be able to have the faith to do that. And people say they can't do that. You can. You can. You absolutely, it's absolutely worth it. And to be able to let go of that fear and step into it, that's the only way that you get the joy and the love that God has ready for you, the banquet that He's prepared. Do you need us to do another ending tag or something like that says, so open your hearts, open your homes, foster.
But remember, if you're not called to, then that's kind of,
that's true.
You want to be careful. We already addressed that, I think.
It's not like Taco Tuesday.
Why not? Why is it?
It's more like Forever Friday.
It's a little Forever Friday. Oh, that sounds different.